just lost the race.
Oh my God.
We're gonna come on in. We have a handful of birds today. And behind you, Noah.
No problem. You can put him on the back. See me, I can
Okay, buddy, so down his back. Here's Divot. You want to touch his back? Yeah.
Give her a picture.
Don't worry, here's Pepe. Good job. You can touch his back again as well. Here's Little Girl. So they all have different band colors and different names too. So the boys are the ones that are doing the courtship behavior or the flipper paddle that you see where they take their wings and slap our hands. That's what the boys would do to hug the females from behind. For our older crowd, it's not the act of ... It's a courtship behavior. It's like giving somebody a big hug. The girls don't do it. They're on the receiving end. There's a lot more that's going to have to happen before they get to go produce some eggs.
Now Amanda did touch base on it, but we do have a mixture of boys and girls out here with us today. This female right here with the black band and yellow beads on her left flipper, her name is Sophie. This little female right here with the bright green band on her left flipper, her name is Little Girl. That is not her official name, but is what we call her until her official name is presented. That fellow right over there with the gray band and green beads, his name is Milagro. This fine gentleman right here with the bright blue band on his right flipper, his name is Pepe. And this handsome gentleman right here with the black band on his right flipper, his name is Pedro. And this fella who is currently playing hide and seek at the moment with the white band on his right flipper, his name is Divot.
You'll notice he also has a divot on his back. That's where he got his name. So when he was born with the birthmark where he just didn't have feathers growing on that spot. This is Sophie girl. So she won't flipper paddle, but she's going to be interested in your shoes and shoelaces and different items that you've all brought into this room today. All our penguins have their own likes and dislikes, and some want to give attention, some just want to stare at you. So you guys figure out who's doing what. Just so you guys know, there's a penguin behind you. So the thing is, when they're behind you or when they're under the benches, we ask that you don't reach out and touch them, because that way we can see what they're doing. We don't want you to get nibbled on.
Now, a question we often get asked a lot by zoo visitors is, do we have favorite penguins here? We do not have favorite penguins, because that is like picking your favorite kid. But our penguins, they definitely have their own favorite members of the staff.
She's like, are you gonna pet me? Or?
Pepe, he loves all the guests. He loves the zoo visitors. He always loves being the center of attention. And he loves the male staff here at the zoo, but for some reason he will give female keepers a hard time. Pedro, he loves all the guests, but he's very particular about who he interacts with when it comes to the zoo staff. When Pedro first met me, he did not like me at all. He would give me the stink eye. He would try to push me out of the room. There was one time where he gave me the flipper. But after working with him for a few months, he accepted me into his inner social circle, and he's kind of one of my best friends. And if it were possible, he'd be the +1 to my cousin's wedding. Well, he comes with his own tux, and he's very soft. So those are just 2 bonuses. Now, as you can see, Divot's apparently taking an interest in your coats. Now, we do have a lot of enrichment items here for our penguins here at the zoo, but they always get interested in the objects people bring in. We once had a person come in we have had people come in with wheelchairs, walkers. We had one person come in with an electric scooter, and actually one of the penguins hopped onto the scooter. And our penguins, they also love playing around with the objects we have on us as staff. They'll play around with our keys, our walkies, our ID cards. I've seen one play around with my friend's notepad, and actually last year during one encounter, Pedro tried to take my wallet out of my
Here
pocket.
comes Pedro. Are you able to take my phone?
I'm not saying he was successful, but the following evening I did get a lot of advertisements for a sushi place. Where are they all born? Here?
I'll take this one, no, that's okay.
Sure.
No, all of them were hatched out here. So only a handful were in this encounter room. A good portion were. So for example, Little Girl, the juvenile, she's almost 10 months old. 9 months old, I'd say. She was hatched out here. Her father actually has participated in her encounters before. Sophie was hatched out here. Locker was not. Pedro, wherever he went to, he was hatched out here. And so was Peppa. And those that weren't hatched out here came from a different institution or a different zoo and aquarium. And we work with other zoos and aquariums to talk with them and work with them to get penguins moved around so that we can have a better genetic line and that we have valuable birds that aren't connected too well with their cousins. Sometimes it does happen, but we monitor it and we're able to maneuver and watch this again. All right, Divot, you have been very excited about this stuff. You've done a great job, but we're going to give you a little break.
Now, for anybody who has ever walked past by our exhibit and saw two penguins with matching colored bands, those actually represent a breeding pair here at the zoo. And Milagro, who is Milagro, this fine gentleman right here with the gray band and green beads on his right finger, he has a girlfriend on it. He has a girlfriend out on exhibit. Her name is Chiquita. And Divot, wherever he's at, he has a female out on exhibit. He was just taken out. He has a girlfriend out on exhibit, and her name is Rosalita. Now it actually has been proven that Humboldt penguins are actually deemed socially monogamous. They will find one mate and actually mate for life. But however, there is the occasional penguin divorce. And sometimes, even though a penguin is impaired, they will try to expand their horizons and visit the neighbors, so to speak. Actually, a few years ago, one of our males, Papero, he tried getting matched up with another female a couple of years. He tried getting matched up with a female, but things didn't work out because that female ended up leaving him for his best friend. But it worked out because he met a nice young female named Kara, and they actually had a chick together, and that chick is little girl right over there. And actually, come June 24th this year, she will be 1 year old. And we're not saying it's official.